channel. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Serenity. And today we're going to do a little overdue March releases.
Yes, it has been a crazy month so far.
And there are so many good books coming out.
So many good books, and I'm going to crack open a beverage. This is Izzy Sparkling Mango. So this is my beverage of the night. What is it that people are doing right now? It's book, outfit, and beverage.
Is it?
Yeah, so they're doing like their book, like outfit and beverage of night of what they're doing
Oh, I haven't
when
seen
they're
that.
reading. See it all over TikTok. So like I'm just in a gator sweatshirt and some orange blue boxer shorts, but I'm not standing up because I'm comfortable. And this is my drink of choice tonight. Izzy, mango flavored. Haven't tried the mango one yet.
And then I have a cranberry fizz poppy.
And our book of the night would just be all of our books we're talking about.
So you grab your drink and join us to listen to the books that are coming out this month and many more to add to your TBR. I'm scared this is going to explode.
You know the rules. One sip.
Okay.
Fire. We're just going to jump right on into it. So the first book of this month that was released literally on March 1st was The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. And I think if you're an Amazon Prime member,
Yes.
you got it early access. So I actually read
with
it
the first reads. So
the first reads.
if
Yeah.
you didn't know, with Amazon Prime, you get the first reads at the beginning of each month. Just go to firstreads.com, because I didn't know about this until TikTok or something, and now I try to tell everyone. You go to firstreads.com, and then you get to select your book of the month. They have short stories, they have romance, thrillers,
one of each genre.
yeah,
typically.
every genre, and then sometimes you get a little bonus short story. So I think that's super cool and super fun.
So I think the Abby Jimenez was part of that one this
For,
month. I
for
think it
this
was
month, or was it February?
or February. It was February
Because it was an early release.
Early release. You got it with Amazon Prime, and so I read it because it was just giving Valentine's Day. So I read it. It's a short story. It was a super quick read. They're both stranded upstairs in their apartment. I want to say I gave it 4 stars.
Cute.
And they're kind of stranded, forced proximity, and become friends. And you just kind of learn about their past. And
was it done? It was done well for a short story.
It was done well for a short story.
I love a short story.
I wish it was longer.
The hard thing. You always feel that with short stories.
You always feel it with short stories, but sometimes it feels like things aren't fully expanded on in the way that I want. So very rarely do I give a short story, I feel like 5 stars.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like when you go to the candy jar and you want a piece of chocolate, but the chocolate doesn't hit or it doesn't fully satisfy.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Okay.
So it was really good. I either gave it 3 or 4 stars. I would recommend it if you're wanting to get out of a reading slump, because that's what I read it for. I needed to get out of a reading slump and I needed a kick fire, and it did do that for me. So anyways, Abby Jimenez, The Fall Risk is one of the first ones that came out this month. And then going back into another one that came out on March 1st, Not Quite by the Book by Julie Hatcher and Julie Ann Lindsay. And then this is a romance.
That's all you got?
That's honestly all I got about it.
That's all Not Quite by the Book. I got at least
burning from staring at the light.
Not Quite.
I read the first few chapters of it.
Oh, that was also in the first reads, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much her finding, kind of giving up that quest of falling, looking for love and kind of loving herself and friendship.
Yeah, the quest to find love and true passion. She's kind of in a rut.
Yeah.
And she finds love, obviously, not by the book.
Unexpectedly and not by the book.
So it's an unexpected romance. Cute. So then the next book on March 1st is Something Like Fate by Amy Leah. This one I thought sounded so cute. So it follows 2 friends that go to Italy. They spend the summer in Italy. We're getting into summer romances. The spring fever is real. But 2 friends in Italy figure out if love is fate or free will. So it kind of follows their love story abroad. And I think that that's super cute.
And then I think we jump right back into March 4th. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So going into March 4th, the first release of March 4th is Wild Side by Elsie Silver. It is the third book in the series, small town romance, enemies to lovers. And that's all I got about it. I still have yet to start this series. Every one of my friends have told me to start the series.
The Wild Love, yeah.
I haven't had the chance to. It's on my TBR.
Yeah, so if you don't know, it's like a spinoff of the Chestnut Springs book series. I read the first couple of Chestnut Springs. It's kind of one of those standalone series that when I don't know what to read, I just pick it up and read it. So I've read the first couple of them and I'll eventually finish it. But it's a cute, fun cowboy romance if that's what you're into. And everyone does say that this one's really good. And it's supposed to be in that same Chestnut Springs like universe. So I think that that's cool when authors do that. Then the next one is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. A family is on a remote island when a mysterious woman is washed ashore. Secrets unfold. I don't think I'll be reading that. That sounds like I'll have nightmares, and that does sound scary. But it does sound like something Sierra would read. So if that gets read by either of us, it's going to be read by Sierra. I think that's what's so fun about our channel is we read similar things, but we also read different things. So you really do get like the full spectrum of things.
Like if there's a historical fiction that sounds good, I will be reading it. Serenity, the likelihood is not.
It'll be on my TBR.
Yeah.
But you guys know how that goes.
Here's another one that Serenity's probably not going to read, but I would read. It's called Promise Me Sunshine by Kara Bastone. Her best friend passed away recently from cancer. Miles is with her through her grief journey, and it's kind of like a friends to lover. It kind of reminds me of Katie and Alexa. Netflix TV show.
Yes, about? We watched it together.
I loved that show.
But the problem is, like, I can't read a book that's like that going into it. I know that it's gonna tear me apart. And then that means like it's gonna be the first chapter, and I'm gonna already start bawling. I don't want to be. I don't want to be emotionally distraught. Like, and that's not saying that I don't like it when a book makes me emotionally distraught. I do. Like some books just tear me apart in all the right ways, and I do love it. But I'm going into it knowing that her best friend passed away from cancer. No, that means I'm already going into it depressed. This also sounds more like you, but I actually think that this could be me too, because it's kind of like a Magnolia, like whatever. Okay, so Count My Lies by Sophie Stava, compulsive liar whose little white lies allow her to enter into a life and comfort of wealthy married couple who are harboring much darker secrets in themselves. Hear me out. To me, I feel like I could read this because it kind of is giving Pretty Little Liars meets Verity.
We were just talking about Verity today. Like we haven't.
Do you know what I mean? And then anytime it's like secrets of wealthy, I'm always like Magnolia Parks.
No, literally.
So I do think that
if
maybe
it's giving Verity, I will be reading
it. Maybe because I do like a cozy mystery, and I'm going to read them more often this year. Mark my words. I said it here, folks. I'm going to read more cozy mysteries. Yeah, I do like a mystery. There are a lot of mysteries coming out in March. The next one is Propaganda Girls by Lisa Rogock.
Gosh, I want to read this one.
You can talk about it.
So I just, spoiler alert for any of our like recap videos or anything, but I just finished Nightingale a few weeks ago. Loved. So this is Propaganda Girls by Lisa Roca. If I said that wrong, very sorry. This is the true story of 4 women who secretly affected the course of World War II through their propaganda. A famous German-American actress worked to forge letters, fake newspapers, develop rumors for undercover spies to spread a web of deception to the enemy. I love women.
Like that's what that says. Like that actually happened, or is it historical fiction?
The true story of 4 women. True story, but then it's probably going to be based upon because that's how Nightingale is she found Christina found, like, when she was doing research based on her book, it was she saw a story about this girl, young teenager leading fallen soldiers, and she was like, oh my gosh, someone needs to tell her story.
It's like loosely based.
Loosely based from my understanding, but I love hearing how much of an impact women had on the war, because you always hear about the soldiers and you always hear about like the men going into fighting, but you don't hear the mind tricks that the women played. And I love it.
Period.
It's so like girl power. Like I don't know. It's one thing about that like I love girls.
This
They're just girls.
this this next book is Scott and Bothered by Alexandra Kiley. Brooke dreams of being a published author, but this dream was derailed when she was expelled from University of Edinburgh. So now she sticks to ghostwriting. I love a ghostwriting plot. But
Yeah,
I do.
Verity.
Yeah, but also by the book. I liked that, and that was a ghostwriting. But anyways, her college mentor needs a co-writer for her memoir about Scotland's most challenging trek. What she doesn't know is the nature photographer who will join her is Jack, the teaching assistant who shattered her writing career. That sounds up my alley. That sounds like something I will be reading. That sounds cute. I was very excited when I saw that one. You want to read the next?
Love Simulation by Etta Eason is a passionate vice principal and a guarded science teacher compete for the grand prize and realize that their budding relationship might just be the real jackpot. A good enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers.
You know,
we can't get mad about it.
You can't get mad at enemies to lovers. It always hits.
It
when
does.
the enemies just
become lovers.
You're giggling and kicking your feet.
Yeah, I agree.
Every single time.
This next one's going to be a cozy mystery. We were just talking about that. Finley Donovan Digs Her Own Grave by Ellie Cosmate. So this is like number 5 in the Finley Donovan series, but they're like standalone mysteries. So you know those like standalone like cozy mysteries that there's like a buku
on the Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
Aurora Tea Gardens.
Yes, like that. There's a bunch of them. It doesn't really matter the series, the like order that you read them. It just follows that same character of, in this case, Finley Donovan. And it's a cozy mystery, and it looked super cute. And I was like, that's on my radar. That might be going on my list. So I'm gonna look and see if it's on Kindle Unlimited. If it is, download, add to library, and I will probably start it ASAP Rocky.
Oh, yeah, read like 1 through 4.
Yeah, I would. Should I look it up right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Here,
you look it up, and I'll talk about.
Well, I look it up to see if it's on Kindle Unlimited.
Should I talk about the next one, or wait?
Here, it'll take me 2 seconds. Finley Donovan series. Ooh, oh, yes, it is. The first. Oh, I've seen this book and I've heard great things about it. Oh my gosh, I might be reading it. The whole entire series is on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know. That's not important though. Not right now. This cover. Oh, we'll link the picture of it. Finley Donovan is killing it. I heard really good things about it.
Sereni's been in the biggest reading slump.
I've been in the biggest reading slump of my life. I've only read 3 books this year, and that makes me like really depressed, honestly.
And I've read 7 books. That's besides the point. It's just crazy because I never read more books than Serenity at any point of the year. But I've been on such a reading kick, and I just can't get enough books.
To be in that phase, honestly.
Okay. We digress. Going on into March 6th. So March 6th, there's just one release that we jotted down. It's called Never Been Worse by Morgan Elizabeth. It's a marriage of convenience, rockstar romance, part of the Evergreen Park series, which I've not read the Evergreen Park series, but I kind of like a rockstar romance.
Morgan Elizabeth's pretty good. I think you read something from her, maybe one of her Christmas books.
Probably.
And I hear good things about her. I have not had a chance to read her writing, but people love her. So I think that it sounded really cute, and I thought the rockstar romance was something a little different. Then we are on to March 7th, and we have The Liar by Lysing Coney. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Romantic suspense, grumpy sunshine, boss, employee. I thought romantic suspense was an interesting genre. I don't think I've ever heard of a romantic suspense. Or would that be kind of like, would Verity be a romantic suspense?
I don't think I would consider
I don't think I would consider Verity to be a romantic suspense. But anyways, romantic suspense, so I thought that was interesting, and yeah, we'll see.
So March 11th, the first one we have noted is What Wakes the Bells by Elle Tesh. This is YA and then a gothic fantasy.
Ooh, that's not my alley. It's not.
But a gothic fantasy just really gives Wednesday Addams.
Really?
Wednesday Addams vibes, like the gothic aspect.
That'd be gothic. I guess that would be gothic
Would it
fantasy.
be gothic fantasy?
I loved Wednesday, so I don't know.
And
So
like a Winx.
that's gothic.
Yes. What like it
Okay,
is kind of
then
gothic.
I need to stop saying that things aren't my thing when I don't even dabble in them
Let
yet.
me see. What's it called? What's it called again?
It is called What Wakes the Bells. Okay, and it's YA, so that means it's not gonna be. Okay, when I think gothic, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
her
think that it's
city
gonna be
lives
like,
and breeds and bleeds, and now it haunts. And
it's YA, then I can read it. I can't read about like graphic goriness. And I think when I heard gothic, that's what I was thinking.
gothic is a time period.
You were so right. I was thinking like that it just meant that it was dark.
It is. It's more.
I know it's a dark time period, but I was thinking
You should take in the theater class because I don't think you understand. Like,
no, I understand now. I understand now.
When we're comparing books and we're reading books, my theater degree shows.
Okay.
It shows because we would have to like take basic like plays, like let's just say like Oedipus. We would have to take Oedipus and then figure out how we would set it and revamp it in a gothic style or contemporary or like futuristic. So we would have to take old pieces of work and then figure out how to set it in different things.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that's not my thing. I take it back. Maybe I will read it.
Hold on, let me figure it out.
Maybe I do like YA. If I read a fantasy, like
she's a bell keeper, decides how far she's willing to go to save her city. So what wakes the bells?
Oh, okay. Then that sounds interesting.
It's kind of like it's giving Tinkerbell, but I mean that's
not
just
giving,
because Belle.
It's giving Hunchback.
It is.
Because he's a bell keeper.
It is.
And I guess that would be Gothic time area. Okay, on to the next book is Fan Service by Rosie Dandin. This is true. The truth is stranger than fiction in the new sexy paranormal rom-com. Interesting. Sounds cool.
No, she doesn't even know what she just read. What it means.
A paranormal rom-com. I can't even. So I can't even. I just see paranormal. I'm like, whoa. But A, I'm trying to read out of my comfort zone. B, yeah, it's Stranger Things. I didn't even watch all Stranger Things. But I literally, one of my favorite books from last year was the Love of My Afterlife, and that would technically be paranormal because when I hear paranormal, I think scary. Like I'm thinking Ghostbusters.
No, I think like kind of. I mean, I don't want to say.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like Stranger Things and like those type
of. I follow. I just hear one word.
You cling to it,
and I cling to it and have like. Yeah. Anyways. Sorry, guys.
That was all March 11th.
Yes, all March 11th. Now we're on to the 13th, which is that Friday the 13th? Okay, thank God it's not Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th are so scary.
Anyways, Friday the 13th. The first one on Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh, it's not Friday the 13th. You just said Friday the 13th.
It's Thursday the 13th.
Thursday the 13th. The first one is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. It is the fourth one in the Dream Harbor series. It is single dad chef trope. It is forced proximity, found family, slow burn, one bed.
I nod my head and I'm so excited about all these books that just sound so Hallmark.
Yeah, and then you hear the word paranormal and somebody's like, oh no.
I hear something that's not Hallmarky and I'm like, actually, I don't know. We're fixing that. And it's so funny because literally, yeah, some of the books that I've read that I've...
out of your comfort zone would get you out of your reading slump.
Maybe. Okay. Story of My Life by Lucy Score is the next one that comes out the 13th. So this is small town romance. Hazel's forced to move out of her Upper East Side apartment, given a final notice from her publisher, and she moves to a small town and finds small town love. And that sounds cute.
And she still has to meet her deadline, so a book comes out of it somewhere.
Oh my gosh, like book authors. Beach Read.
Honestly, I really do like Lucy Score.
Yeah.
Like, she has some good books.
She does. Her books are just really thick. I literally can't talk about any books being thick when I literally sat there and ate all 700 pages of the final Magnolia Parks in a week. Less than a week. Yes. Anyways, then you want to go on to the next one?
Yep. The Plot Twist by Eleanor Gilmire. So this is a rom-com where Allie and Martin decide to switch plots and they tell each other stories. So
Wait,
it's
that
like,
sounds kind of
yeah,
cool.
so from my understanding, when I was like looking into the book, Allie's telling her side of the story from Martin's POV, and Martin's telling his side of the story from Allie's POV, and it's the story of how they fell in love with each other.
That's so cute. So the thing about that though is if it's done right, 5-star read, incredible. If it's done wrong, confusing and horrible. You know what I mean?
I'll let you read it first. I'll put you in a slump night.
That sounds incredibly cute, and I love the concept. It's so original, but
It is. I was when I was looking into it, I was like, wow, like that is.
yeah, that sounds like it could be like my favorite book of the year if done right. Um, but I'm hoping and fingers are crossed that it's really good. March 14th is a Friday, and one book comes out, and it's called You Give a CEO a Chance by Anna Enerson. It's the third book in the Grove series, so it's just like a standalone romance series. And it's enemies to lovers, and it's a workplace romance. And I think that that is so cute. And falling in love with CEO,
When I think
her
of like
boss.
a workplace
It's giving
romance.
hating game.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly
really?
what I was gonna say.
Oh, really?
I was gonna say anytime I think about workplace romance, I think of the hating game.
Yeah, it's giving hating game.
And that was such a good film and book.
It was cheesy,
It was cheesy.
but it was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch unfold. But that's what I think of every single time. And then we move on into March 18th,
Which would be a Tuesday.
The Love We Found by Jill Santopolo.
Mhm.
10 years after the events of The Light We Lost, Lucy finds a piece of paper in Gabe's old photos old photos with an address in Rome. She impulsively travels to Italy and meets Dr. Dax Armstrong.
Ooh,
Right? That name just sounds hot.
Dax. I like that
Dax,
name.
I know.
Okay.
Anyways, catching up on the last 10 years of Lucy's life, this book follows Lucy on her journey through her grief as she welcomes to love herself again. Yet, can she move on forward without telling her son the truth about his real father?
T.
See.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Mhm.
That piques my interest.
It's 10 years after the events of The Light We Lost, so I would probably read The Light We Lost first.
Oh, Light We Lost is okay. I thought Light We Lost was like a book that she wrote within that book.
No.
Do you know what? You catch my drift? So then the next book on March 18th is The Paris Express. This is a historical fiction. It takes place in 1895. The famous train derailment at the Monterey Pass station, from politicians rushing to Parliament to a secretary convincing her boss to invest in moving pictures. This book shews the intersection of various classes, all soon to be bound together by a major accident.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds interesting.
I thought so too. It just sounded kind of like fun.
Yeah.
And then just kind of the like investing into the motion pictures. I don't know. It sounds cool to read it and watch that kind of unfold.
Yeah, that is interesting.
March 20th.
March 20th, we have Beautiful Exiles by Catherine Cowles, and it's number 4 in a series called Sparrow Falls. And this says, I should have known Lincoln Pierce was trouble from the moment I held my knife to his throat. I've been running for most of my life, hiding away in a small town and hoping no one discovers who I truly am. The only problem is that I can never let anyone know the real me, or at least that was true until my brother moved his best friend onto our shared property. Now I'm stuck trying to avoid the nosy billionaire's probing questions and piercing stares. And it doesn't help, I almost killed him the first time we met. Oops. But when all my carefully crafted lies come crashing down, it's Link stepping in to shield me. When it looks like the person hunting me for all those years is back, Link will do anything to keep me safe. Only it's not just my safety at risk, it's my heart.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it's kind of giving the Mind F series.
Yes.
So that's number 4 in the series. So I would probably recommend reading the other ones first. When I saw it, I didn't really realize that it was part of a series.
That sounds like
It sounds
something I
very
would read,
interesting.
though.
Yeah.
Then the next one on March 20th is Code Word Romance, which is about one fake prime minister, one ridiculously hot handler, and one Italian summer collided in this thrilling adventure rom-com. Max is just your average girl. She works odd jobs, has a soul-crushing amount of debt, and happens to be uncanny resemblance of Europe's youngest female prime minister. So I'm assuming there's kind of like a switch of roles. They switch places.
Like a Princess and the Pauper type thing?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Sophia's powerful, beautiful, and unfortunately, someone is trying quite hard to assassinate her. When the CIA approaches Max with a deal of a life-changing amount of money, if she pretends to be Sophia on the Prime Minister's annual Italian vacation, Max packs her bags for the Amalfi Coast, the delicious food, the breathtaking views. This trip would be a dream if it weren't for those pesky assassins in Flynn, the handler assigned to Max's case. Flynn, who has an unexpected history with Max from another sun drenched summer years ago, and now he's instructed to stay in Max's suite to protect her as old passions and assassins collide.
That sounds cute.
That sounds kind of good.
That does sound kind of good.
That sounds kind of good. I will be reading that.
Kind of good. So the next book is March 21st, and it's called Why We Break by Holly Lucky. And it is a small town romance. People say that there are no secrets in a small town. At one point in my life, I might have believed them, but now I know it isn't true. And it says, 7 years ago, I gave away my heart to a man who promised me forever. We spent the perfect summer in secret, falling in love for each other while working on Falls Oaks Farm before life got in the way. And despite what I say or how much I pretend to hate him, I'm not sure if I've ever gotten the pieces of myself back that I handed him. Now Will Thompson and I are forced to pretend that there was never anything between us, and I have my hands full between teaching high school science, coaching cheerleading, and keeping the farm running. Definitely don't have the time to think about my attraction to the football coach who once stole my heart. I think that sounds so cute. Forced proximity, kind of enemies to lovers, second chance romance kind of thing. Super cute.
That sounds good.
The cover is adorable. I can't wait to link it. And yeah, there is one book prior to this as a standalone, but there's one book like prior to the series. And our ring light just cut out. So we have 4 books left. These last 4 books will probably be poor lighting, but I'm very sorry.
Okay, so we'll just go kind of quick. So March 25th, this book will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. It's the most famous crime in modern history,
Ooh.
but only she knows the true story. She decides to break her silence after the events. So years after the events, she decides if she should break her silence.
Oh,
And she's the only
wow.
one who knows like the answer to the famous true crime case.
Wow, like a cold case.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's creepy. I'm so excited for this one. I pre-ordered it. Well, my mom pre-ordered it for me for Christmas. Summer in the City by Alex Allister. Alex Allister also wrote Light Lark. But this is a fast-paced rom-com set in New York City in which a screenwriter and a sexy tech CEO goes from lovers to enemies, somehow back to lovers again. And I am so excited. I think it looks so cute. She has a bunch of different special editions based upon where you buy the book. And it has like a different map and different colorings. And I think it's so cute. I think she did such a great job with it. And again, I'm just over the moon so excited about this.
It looks so cute.
Yeah, so be prepared for that one and some sort of reading recap soon-ish when it comes out.
Saltwater by Katie Hayes is the next one for March 25th. In 1992, Sarah is found dead below the cliffs of Capri, leaving behind her 3-year-old daughter. Her death was ruled an accident. On the 13th anniversary, something has shown it may not have been an accident.
Oh my word.
26 here. Why do you always put these thrillers in here?
It makes my stomach hurt, honestly. I'm going on to the next one. Just Our Luck by Denise Williams. 2 people down on their luck trying to get their lives together when a winning lottery ticket falls into their laps and they have to fake date. Say what? Yes, that sounds way better than that last one Sierra just read. That last one sounds scary. I don't want to be scared out of my freaking mind while I'm reading. looking over my shoulder thinking I can't lock in because I'm scared if I lock in, someone's gonna creep up behind me. I'm so for real. But that wraps up our March reads. And
well, not our March reads, the March releases.
Yeah, the March releases. I'm sorry.
March releases.
That
wraps up our March releases.
Sorry.
Releases. And let us know if, of course, there's so many books coming out. So let us know if there's one that we missed that you're looking forward to. Leave it in the comments down below. And let us know what book you're reading right now.
Yeah. And we cannot wait for April because April, I think, is the month of books. I'm not even kidding. So we will see you April 1st.
Hopefully we'll see you a little before then too.
Yes. But we are so excited for April and to share our March reads soon.
And then like and subscribe to our channel.
Hope you are enjoying your Bev and added some books to your TBR today.
Cheers. Bye.